Rolling, take one.
Sorry, he's making me laugh. Good morning, this is Sam from Blackstar Amps. I'm in at Steve James Guitars in Middlesbrough, the area's finest, will you put that away, Steve? The area's finest music shop, may I say. And I'm in here just to do a quick demonstration on an amplifier that should be very popular at Christmas, quite aptly. This is the new Blackstar ID15. It's our new digital range. We have got a range that starts with a 15 watt, 30, 60, 260, all the way up to 60 and 100 watt head and a 412. So we've got anything from a home practice amp through to a full mega loud rip snorting live rig. This is obviously at the lower end of it, where you're much more likely to have this sat in your bedroom. This is £199 and is the cheapest and the smallest item in the range. You will no doubt have seen a lot of videos now, if you are looking at this on YouTube or on Steve's website, I hasten to add, embedded against the product, northeastguitars.com, is it, Steve?
www.northeastguitar.com.
Right, www.northeastguitar.com. There we go, we've got the plug-in. Another plug, Steve.
Yes.
That's just after your 5-star review that you've just had on your website as well, mate.
It is.
Thought I'd throw that in.
Oh, it's all good news, Sam. It's all good news.
Exactly. Anyway, just a quick demo on this. I'm not going to bore you with lots and lots of things, but it's just basically to run you through basically to run you through the basics. That's a really good English. Okay, so here we go. ID15. This is there isn't a valve inside in this amp. It is purely and simply based on digital technology. The way we have done this different to maybe some of our competitors, I would say all of our competitors really on this end, is that we have emulated the way a valve amp responds, compression wise, dynamics wise, sag and punch with the speaker. So I'll briefly give you a quick rundown on the amp. Okay, you start off with the preamp section. You don't need a degree in nuclear physics or anything to run this thing. It's dead straightforward. You start with your preamp. You've got two cleans, a warm clean, a bright clean. I'm moving it at the same time. Crunch, super crunch, I know you can't see it from there. OD1 and OD2. So basically you've got 6 preamp settings. Those preamp settings can be adjusted by your tone controls and your volume and your gain, etc. So we have a traditional gain, traditional volume control, which will set your volume for your particular preset. You've got treble and bass on this, bass and treble that way around, and you've got the infinite shape feature, which effectively is a control that shifts the centre of your midpoint. So it's interactive with your other tone controls, but it effectively shifts the centre of your tone stack, the mids, according to where you want the sweet spot. So it's just another subtle fine way of basically tweaking your sound. This is the clever bit, and this is where we've gone away from the traditional ways of doing the digital technology. We've emulated valve amp responses. So to take you through, we've emulated EL84s, traditionally found in an AC15, AC30, something like that. 6V6 in a say a tweed Fender, EL34, which is basically in every British rock amp that's ever been. KT66s, which are your traditional blues breaker valves, so they've got that lovely warm honky mid-range. If you've ever listened to the Beano album, you'll know exactly what I mean, claps and sound on that. 6L6s, which is Boogie and Fender, and finally onto KT88s, which are the valves that are in our series 1200, which are there's the most clean headroom, there's the most top end, and it's basically the most in your face of all the sound. So let me show you, and then finally onto this. Before we've also got an effects section which has got 4 different types of reverb, which are adjustable, 4 different types of delay, and 4 different types of modulation. Now there are reviews online that go into a lot more detail on the way this links up the computer and all the presets. I'm not going to do that because I just want to demonstrate it as a straightforward amp. But to give you an idea, I'll play you a clean sound without the valve emulation on. Just warm. I'm going to kick it in on an EL84 setting now, and you will, I know it's difficult through a microphone on a camera, but you will get an idea of the dynamics. Oops, wrong button. All of a sudden, off. You feel more top end, you feel more bottom end to it, it's just got a punch. Now, to show you even further how this will respond like a valve amp, let me put it onto bright clean and pretend this is a valve amp without any preamp gain, and you just turn the thing up. I will turn the level up. Turn that down a bit, and you'll hear how this compresses. So. Quietly, hit it loud. You feel the thing just start to compress and get warmer. So that's what we mean by this. And obviously they all have different characteristics as well. That's EL84. That's 6v6. You'll feel a bit more nasal and boxy in the mid-range. Then all of a sudden you start to get to more clean headroom. Get onto EL34. KT66s, there's more mid. 6L6s you'll find a bit more scoop. Like KT88. It'll be quite difficult to hear it on those, so what I'll do is I'll just simply show you some of these sounds. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start demonstrating the kind of sounds that you'll get out of this thing. I've already shown you a clean, I've already shown you how you can push the cleans and the way it responds on your classic EL84 setting, which is small amp. What I'll do now is I'll show you a classic kind of British sound. Not mega high gain, I'll just stick it onto crunch, stick it onto the EL34 setting, which basically anybody that's grown up with 70s and 80s rock music will know exactly what kind of tone it's aiming at. So again, bridge pickup, vintage output humbuckers, not too much gain, and here we go. That's your classic kind of British sound. If you want to get more of a souped up kind of tone with a little bit more gain, you stick it onto Super Crunch, wind your gain up, and you've got the big fat kind of Gary Moore-esque. I'm not going to do it, you're okay. Hold that. None of those. But basically that gives you an idea of your hot-rodded British kind of sound. That gives you that. If you're into your metal, we have two OD channels. Again, to show you this, turn the ISF round to the American kind of side, and to give you an idea. Again, that gives you an idea of the more high gain sounds. But this is an ideal bedroom amp. I'm playing this quite loud in here, but if you're wanting something just basically with some great tones in it that are very, very valve-like, and they've got the same kind of saggy response that you want, but you also want a few effects on it, I'll stick it onto a bright clean, put it on a coil tap, put it in the middle. Now about. What I'm trying to say is this will give you an idea of the kind of cleans and the slight breakups of it. A lovely kind of almost Johnny Cash. And as I've said before, the bum notes come from nothing. So that really just gives you a quick rundown on what this thing does. As I say, you've got the modulations in it. Big chorus. And finally the amp does come with a load of presets in it as well. So if you don't want to do all the hard work of setting it up like that,
Hawkwind setting.
That's a Hawkwind kind of setting, exactly. Yeah, you're showing your age now, Steve. I don't remember them. My granddad told me about them. But anyway, you've heard enough of my waffling. Basically, this is a fantastic amp for around the house. It will also carry you through a lot of small jam nights as well, because it does have the TVP feature. The TVP is not only about dynamics, it's also about it being as loud as the comparable valve amp. So this, I don't know if you get the idea of this, but it will give you an idea as to the kind of volume this thing will put out.
That's loud.
That's loud. That's goddamn loud. So anyway, that's been me waffling on incessantly about this rather lovely little amp. £199, ideal for a Christmas box if you particularly love someone, and if you don't, you'll spend less. I'll shut up now. But anyway, basically, ID15, 199, and that's me done, Steve.
Thank you, Sam.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Put it away now.